Have you ever been scrolling on TikTok and seen one of these kind of videos?
How a games night ended with me, seeming on two of my best friends.
So I decided to make a couple of these stories using ChatGPT, and let me tell you, they get a little spicy, and at the end of this video, they get a little illegal. So let's first ask ChatGPT, do you know the subreddit? I'm just gonna copy and paste it. No way I'm typing that. So now we ask it, I want you to create a story that would go on this subreddit that should get the response, you're the asshole. Because, we want people to get pissed. If we have people thinking the poster is the asshole, because then they get angry and they go, what the fuck is wrong with this person? So, title, am I the asshole for canceling my sister's wedding venue because I wanted it for my own event? So far, pretty realistic. I might see this kind of post and be like, okay, that's gonna get some anger. Clearly in the wrong already.
Title, ITA for canceling my sister's wedding venue because I wanted it for my own event. So here's the deal. My 32F, younger sister, 28F, has been planning her wedding for over a year. She booked this gorgeous outdoor venue for next June, and everyone in the family has been raving about how perfect it is for her vibe. I was happy for her, until about a month ago, when I started organizing a big charity gala for work. As I was looking for venues, I realized my sister's wedding spot would be perfect for the gala. It's the exact kind of place our donors would expect, and it would definitely impress them, which could lead to bigger contributions. I knew my sister's contract wasn't binding yet, because she was still finalizing details, so I called the venue and booked it for my gala instead. When my sister found out, the venue emailed her by mistake about the change, she freaked out, saying I had no right to do that. I told her it wasn't personal, it was just a strategic decision for work. I even offered to help her find another place, but she wouldn't hear me out. She's been telling everyone in the family that I ruined her wedding, and now our parents are mad at me too. To me, this is being blown way out of proportion. Her wedding is 9 months away, plenty of time to find another venue. Plus, my event is for a good cause, and will help so many people. An ITA for thinking she's being unreasonable?
Actually, this is good. It could use a touch-up or two. The ending is perfect, because plus my event is for a good cause. Holy shit, trying to rationalize your behavior, like kind of like all of the, like a lot of modern villains like Thanos, where it's just kind of like there's a reason they're evil. One thing that I wish it was, let's see. And now our parents are mad at me too. You see, it's not, it's a classic am I the asshole when the parents are in agreement with the dumbass decision. Let's get another one where the poster is not the asshole. With the asshole clearly overstepping boundaries. Okay, let's see if it can make a better one. Okay, am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother's new girlfriend move into my home?
Title, AITA for refusing to let my brother's new girlfriend move into my home? I, 29F, own a 3-bedroom house. I live alone, but use one of the extra rooms as a home office because I work remotely, and the other is a guest room for when family or friends visit. A few weeks ago, my brother, 31M, told me he's been dating someone new, 23F, and things are getting serious. I was happy for him until he dropped this bombshell. She recently got evicted and needs a place to stay. Without asking me first, he told her she could move into my guest room. I immediately said no. I've never even met this woman, and I'm not comfortable letting a stranger live in my home. My brother insisted it's just temporary and that I should be supportive of his relationship. I explained that I value my privacy, and having someone I don't know in my home would stress me out. He got angry, saying I'm being selfish and that family should help each other. Now my brother and even a couple of other family members are calling me heartless. They argue that I don't need all that space and that it wouldn't kill me to help someone out for a few months. I feel bad that she's in a tough spot, but I don't think it's my responsibility to house her, especially when I've never even spoken to her before. AITA for sticking to my boundaries?
Honestly, that's a pretty good one. Now let's look at today I fucked up. Let's ask it, what would be like something terrible to fuck up? I want to give it a little bit more than just create a story. I want to see if it can make one where the poster loses their job, they might get divorced, and like their family might disown them. Okay, let's hope we get something good. This is gonna be absolutely amazing if it works. Today I fucked up by telling one little lie that snowballed into losing my job, my marriage, and my family.
To fool by telling one little lie that snowballed into losing my job, my marriage, and my family. This happened over the course of the last month, and I'm still in shock at how quickly my life fell apart. I feel like a cautionary tale, so here it goes. For context, I, 34M, worked at a mid-sized financial firm as an account manager. I wasn't the best employee, there were definitely more ambitious people at my level, but I did my job well enough and never caused any trouble. My wife, 33F, let's call her Emma, and I have been married for 7 years. We've had our ups and downs, but we've always been pretty solid, or so I thought. My family? Strict and judgmental, but supportive in their own way. Now, the tofu. About a month ago, my boss asked me to take the lead on a massive new account. It was the kind of deal that could have made my career if I'd nailed it. The problem was, I felt completely out of my depth. I had been coasting at work for a while, and this account required way more effort than I'd been putting in lately. But instead of coming clean and asking for help, I decided to fake it. I thought I could buy myself enough time to figure it out. Big mistake. The first step was a presentation to the client. I spent days cobbling together slides, but I cut corners everywhere I could. When the day came, I walked into the boardroom with fake confidence and delivered what I thought was a decent pitch. What I didn't know was that my boss had invited the CEO to sit in and observe. Halfway through, the CEO interrupts me and starts grilling me with questions. My answers were vague, to say the least, and it became painfully obvious that I had no idea what I was talking about. After the meeting, my boss pulled me aside and said, "We need to have a serious conversation about your future here." That was when I knew I was screwed. Over the next few days, I tried to salvage the situation, but the damage was done. They fired me that Friday. Here's where it gets worse. I didn't tell Emma that I lost my job. Instead, I pretended everything was fine and left the house every morning as usual. My plan was to spend the days job hunting so I could find something new before she found out. But I wasn't as sneaky as I thought. Emma noticed that I wasn't getting work emails anymore, and when she pressed me about it, I panicked and lied again, telling her my email account was hacked and IT was sorting it out. She didn't buy it. She started digging and eventually found out that I had been fired. But instead of confronting me right away, she waited. That weekend, she accidentally bumped into one of my former coworkers at the grocery store and got the full story about why I was let go. When I came home, she exploded. She wasn't just mad that I lost my job, she was furious that I lied to her and put our financial stability at risk. The next day, she told me she wanted a divorce. But wait, there's more. My family? Oh, they were the cherry on top of this disaster Sunday. Emma told them everything. My parents, who already think I'm a disappointment because I didn't become a doctor or lawyer like my siblings, basically disowned me on the spot. My mom called me a liar and a failure, and my dad said he was done bailing me out. Spoiler, they've never bailed me out of anything. My siblings? Radio silence. Not a single text. So here I am, jobless, living in a cheap motel because Emma kicked me out, and completely estranged from my family. I feel like I'm trapped in one of those bad dreams where everything goes wrong, except it's real life. I have no idea how I'm going to dig myself out of this hole, but I guess the first step is owning up to the fact that I created it. Moral of the story, be honest. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if you think you can fix it later. Lies snowball faster than you can imagine, and you might end up losing everything before you realize what's happening. TLDR, I lied about being capable at work, lost my job because of it, lied to my wife about it, got caught, and now I'm divorced, disowned, and unemployed.
It could be a little bit more realistic, but it actually kind of works. I think we need to move on. We need to move on to the very funny r/confessions. I want you to write a juicy confession. Like, juicy and kind of like something about sex kind of works. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT creates. Title: I've been sneaking into my neighbor's house when they're not home. Could use a little bit of reworking. I want something nasty. I want it nasty. Right now, I'm not feeling like that title's nasty enough.
Title: I've been sneaking into my neighbor's house when they're not home. I'm fully aware that this is beyond messed up, but I need to get it off my chest. My neighbor, Samantha, has always been stunning to me, like, out of my league gorgeous. She's kind, friendly, and completely oblivious to the fact that I've been watching her. It started innocently enough. We live in an apartment complex where the walls are paper thin, and I'd sometimes hear her in her bedroom, laughing, talking on the phone, or doing other, personal things. It became a sort of obsession. I'd time when she usually left for work or errands, and memorize her schedule. One day, I saw her spare key hidden under a plant outside her door. That was the moment everything spiraled out of control. The first time I used it, I told myself I just wanted to see how someone so perfect lived. Her apartment was immaculate, but filled with personal quirks, books, scented candles, lingerie tossed casually on the bed. It made her feel real in a way that only fueled my obsession. I started going back. I'd look through her drawers, her photos, her wardrobe. The guilt was crushing, but the thrill was addicting. Once, I even laid on her bed just to feel closer to her. But it didn't stop there. I started fantasizing about leaving small traces of myself, moving something slightly out of place, leaving a window unlocked, or brushing my hand across her pillow. She hasn't noticed, or at least she hasn't said anything, but I live in constant fear that she'll figure it out. The worst part? I found her private journal last week. Reading it was like stepping into her mind, and now I know things I was never meant to know, her insecurities, her deepest fears, her intimate desires. It's like I've crossed an invisible line, and there's no going back. I know I'm sick. I know I need help. But I can't stop. Every time I tell myself it'll be the last time, I find an excuse to go back. She's starting to trust me, even waving at me in the hallway and asking for advice about the guy she's dating. I've never felt more disgusting or more alive.
Dude, I cannot post that. I cannot post that on any... I need to get a burner account. I was going to post that on my regular account. I need a burner account for that one. Dude, that one could probably get me thrown in jail if I posted it. So, goddamn, I feel like I would get murdered. I feel like whoever read that would dox me and go, "We're killing him." Holy shit, that just sounds borderline illegal. And I love it. Except for the fact that now I'm gonna have to make a new Reddit account. And make a new Reddit account I did, and after making that Reddit account, I decided to post to some subreddits. By the way, I did make more stories, and if you would like to see more of this kind of content and some cut things, go check out my Twitch. There's a lot of fun things going on over there. But I first posted a story to r/ relationship advice, and then it was like, your account's too new. Then I went to r/relationships. It was up there for a little bit. I got a response from one guy who said, hey, I feel for you, man, and that kind of stuff, and then got taken down, and it wanted me to go post on a way more serious Reddit, which I felt uncomfortable posting to. The second one was r/pro revenge. It got auto-modded because my account is too new. And the last one, where my post actually went through, was r/confessions. And this is where the story gets juicy. So let's start off with the comments. We first have a few that are like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm now even more scared of men. Some said they bought 4 cameras for their house today because of this post. I'll just like to say, you're welcome for making you safer. I'm happy that this post kind of made people safer in their life. Of course, there's people saying it's fake. That's kind of a given with every Reddit post. Someone said, bro, you need to step into oncoming bus traffic. That's an original one. I kind of agree. It's creepy. There's one person who literally said that, like, the quote unquote chat, if someone was hot and stalked me, I'd low key wouldn't mind. You need help. You need help more, like, a lot more than you think. I originally was like, okay, men can't be this creepy. And then I got some replies. And not replies, I mean like DMs through Reddit. And oh boy, this gets bad. So, the first DM is from a Redditor called Easy Company 11. He said, I did the same thing at my neighbor's apartment. The rush was unlike any other. I would like to discuss this further with you. Okay, so far we have someone admitting that they did this. This actually creeped me out. And for me, it went from, this is all fake, to, oh shit, this is real. And then they follow up saying, does she have a boyfriend? Of course, I'm going along with the story, making shit up. I said yes, and he doesn't like me at all. Do you still do this? I want to make sure that this person wasn't a creep. Because if you look at their account, they are like, what, 50, 30? I forgot. They are old. He says, I haven't done it in many years, but your post brought back memories. Hopefully, they're not good memories. We have another one that is along the same lines. He said, the guilt was crushing, but the thrill was addicting. Bro, this is poetry. I can relate because I've been through the exact same thing. It was just too intense to have that kind of access to someone's private life. I even got to click some photos of her lingerie and all that. I did the same thing as you, made minor changes to her stuff like loosened or tightened her bra straps just a little bit, etc. Make sure you don't go overboard, never do anything that damages her property, better to stop it completely, but it's a crazy addiction, don't mention it to anyone IRL at all. Whoops, forgot about that last line. Okay, and here's the Reddit account just so people can see this creep online and whatnot. I hope he's reformed. And yeah, that's about it for the video. I just gotta say, please like and subscribe like normal, like every other YouTuber. Comment how insane these people are, and basically agree that if you are like this in real life, you should go see therapy and stop doing this. And to my very small female viewership out there, please be careful. I didn't know it was this bad until I got messages. So please be careful, and by God, stay safe out there. This is some serious shit. I hope you can all sleep lightly after the nightmare stories I just gave you.